Good morning. Welcome along to the morning show. We are very happy to once again this year be supporting the Panorama of the European Film Festival here in Cairo, and we are joined by a lovely guest this morning.
That we are indeed. We are joined by Farida El Gueretly. Hello, good morning, Farida.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Now tell us, what is it that you do in connection with the film festival?
So I'm the education and cinema coordinator at the Panorama of European Film this year. So what I do is I organize for schools to come in to watch different independent cinema films. And it's followed by a film discussion that's moderated by some kind of expert. But it's a good way to kind of induct kids into art, independent movies and film directing.
When you say kids, what age groups are we talking about?
We're talking about ages 10 and above.
Okay.
Kids in middle school, high school, that kind of age, and obviously moving into university.
Because these are very much different kind of films, aren't they, than the big Hollywood blockbusters and all that kind of thing. These are films that will often make you think and make you look at the world maybe in a slightly different way.
With a lot of open endings, I find European films, they don't give you and they lived happily ever after. It doesn't usually, finish off most of the movies.
Right, and we try as much as possible also to prepare the kids with extra information and background so that the kids also come in prepared.
Okay.
So
and tell us about the festival itself. We're going to get onto some of the films which are showing this year shortly. But give us a bit of background to the European. Let me get this right.
Panorama of
the European Film.
Yeah, it can be a bit tricky. So it's the 10th edition this year, and we're celebrating the 10th edition by screening in 10 different governorates. So we're screening in Alex, Ismailia, Asyut, Port Said, Minya, Mansoura. So it's all over Egypt, and we have a big selection of films from specifically European.
Yeah.
And it starts from November 8th, which was yesterday, and it goes on to November 18th.
Okay.
And in Cairo, it's going to be screened in Zawiya Cinema in downtown and Zamalek Cinema.
I mean, it's so exciting with these kind of things because they really do open up your eyes, and it's a completely different world, isn't it?
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. I mean, what are you expecting this year? Perhaps a bit different. That's different from last year. Anything in particular?
Well, a lot of the screening, the films, the feature films that we have this year they're varied, and there are a lot of genres. And a lot of them are award winning. So I really encourage all of the listeners to go and check out the schedule online on Facebook and to see what different movies are available and to go and watch the different films.
Well, let's start talking about some of those movies then, shall we? Because you're going to give us the top 5.
Right.
Let's focus on a couple here. What have you got for us? What sort of things have you got for us?
What we recommend is the Zawiya team. There's one movie called The Square. It's an award-winning film.
Okay.
It's a satirical drama, a Swedish satirical drama, and it's going to make your jaw drop. I'm not someone who likes to really. I'm not really into trailers, but I'm going to try as much as possible to keep it short. It involves a museum curator, a monkey, and a social media catastrophe. That's all I'm going to say for that one.
See,
you had me at monkey.
Yeah. It's a great film, and
it's a satirical Swedish drama.
Yeah.
Right. Well, there's words you don't hear together very often.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
The Square.
The Square.
Yeah. Okay.
Not to be confused with the Egyptian one.
Right.
No.
Yes.
And there's also The Killing of a Sacred Deer. That's the one starring Colin Farrell and Nicole Kidman. And it's actually screening tonight in Zamalek Cinema at 7 p.m. And it's one of I would say it's one of the most haunting thrillers of the year.
Well, it's from Yorgos Lanthimos, who's the director, and last year he was also at the European at the
Lobster.
You've done it as well.
Lobster,
yeah.
Panorama of European Film with the Lobster, exactly. With also Colin Farrell was in that. So he's weird.
But this film,
it's an acquired taste, I guess, for a lot of people. Yeah,
but it's amazing as well because it just sort of makes you go, "What did I just watch?"
Colin Farrell, Nicole Kidman in something. He's won lots of awards, this movie, and everybody is saying that it is amazing.
Yes, that is one. That is one I would say check out the trailer to. You don't really learn anything when you watch the trailer to that film, do you?
Yeah, it's. That goes for a lot of the trailers, actually.
Have you seen this? Have you seen all these films yourself?
Well, some of them I like to reserve to watch on the big screen.
Okay.
Some of them I've watched. I mean, the ones that I focus in the education and cinema I've watched, but
Yeah.
a lot of them I haven't, and I'm really excited about watching them in the next week.
Oh.
And the nice thing about the cinemas here in Cairo, which you use, they are lovely, and the old ones, and they love. It's a really nice place to watch a film.
Right.
Really
And
is.
also, what's wonderful about it is that people who come to this are people who love film. So they're not just there to mess around and eat popcorn, basically, but they're there to just, really focus on the art of filmmaking and something a bit different.
What Sally's saying is, it's not that noisy.
Yeah,
it's not like
basically.
it's not like going to.
I don't have to throw anything at anyone.
It's the Panorama of the European film, and it's happening from yesterday, and it's got a great film showing tonight. We're going to look at some more movies with Farida, which are going to be showing over the next few weeks shortly. You're listening to NileFM. Good morning, Thursday, heading towards the weekend. And there's something that you should be doing this weekend because it sounds so much fun. The Panorama of the European Film Festival is on, and there's all kinds of movies, and we are joined by a very special guest this morning.
We are education and cinema coordinator Farida El Gueretly is here. Good morning, Farida.
Good morning.
Thank you for still being here with us.
Yes.
We're talking about the top 5 movies. Already we've mentioned The Square,
Right.
which is a satirical Swedish drama.
Mark's memorized this now.
And also, what was the other film with...
The Killing of the Sacred Deer.
The Killing of the Sacred Deer,
Yeah.
which is a weird film with Nicole Kidman and
Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell.
That's the one.
So what else have you got for us, Farida?
We've also got documentary film features like I'm Not Your Negro, and that's a film that's narrated by Samuel L. Jackson.
Right.
And it focuses and sheds light on Black history in the United States, and it's the sort of the voice is of James Baldwin,
Yes.
who was a civil rights activist during the movement, and he sort of recollects his memories with Medgar Evans, Malcolm X, and Martin Luther King.
Wow.
It's an
Wow.
amazing documentary. I've heard about this documentary,
Yeah.
and it's got like ridiculously high ratings, like
Yeah.
it's 98% on Rotten Tomatoes, and just crazy ratings. It's so harrowing, obviously, and really interesting.
But interesting of those characters, obviously the huge characters of the civil rights movement and everything, and Samuel L. Jackson narrating it. I mean, what more could you want in a film, really?
Yeah, I watched that one as well, and it's something that you should watch, and it also brings a lot of like live footage from the time, and I mean, and the way in which James Baldwin, he has like a really eloquent way of putting things together, and I think it's something that people should go watch. Yeah.
Okay, well that sounds really like one of the big ones. What else have you got for us, Farida?
There's a Hungarian film called On Body and Soul,
Okay.
and that portrays like a quirky love relationship taking place in a slaughterhouse. So you can you can imagine how strange that kind of movie would be.
Well, see, it was weird when Maroon 5 released Animals, and that was in a slaughterhouse as well, and that kind of messed me up for life, and that was 3 minutes, so I don't...
Wow.
I haven't watched that movie yet, so I really I don't know what to expect, but it's something I'm definitely looking forward to seeing.
Okay.
So all these like movies, like Hungarian films, there's subtitles, yes?
I was going to say, because for anybody, because I mean, obviously I'm fluent in Hungarian and Swedish and English, but for those people who aren't, how will people understand what's going on screen?
There are definitely subtitles. There are some that are offered in English and Arabic, some in Arabic only, and some in English only. So I guess if you check the schedule, there
It tells you.
It tells you
Right.
what subtitles are available.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fabulous. So there's, whatever, you'll be able to understand the entire film.
So
You won't have
if it's in
worries.
English, the film's in English, then it's going to have Arabic subtitles,
That's it.
obviously.
That's it. Yeah, and I mean, they're all written in the schedule. So if you go on Facebook, everything's written there. So
Okay.
Okay, cool. Awesome. And what else then?
there's an urban lens, which is a section that we have every year, and we focus on a European city.
Okay.
And this year we're focusing on London.
Woo!
Yeah.
I've heard of that place.
And we have a selection of horror and thriller films, such as Hitchcock's Frenzy,
Wow.
1972 film, and the 1950 film Night at the City, and 1959's film Sapphire. So
Wow.
yeah, that's another. So we're not only focusing on contemporary films. We also have some
Some of the
classic-
older
classics.
classics.
Yeah.
And these are films that are all centered around London.
Yes.
These are all films
Yes.
that the Hitchcock is in
Exactly.
London.
Yeah.
So, wow. That sounds great.
So yeah, that's sort of the panorama of European film in a nutshell. But obviously there are loads of genres, and there's a variety of films that I would suggest people go out and like they
check
sort of
out.
study the schedule and find what would sort of interest them.
So where can people find the schedule?
So there's you can get a hard copy obviously at the cinema, or you can visit our Facebook page and everything. All the information is available, and the website as well, panoramaofeuropeanfilm.com.
So for anybody who has just tuned in, it takes place. It's on now, and it's on until
The 18th of November.
18th of November,
Okay.
so plenty of time to get yourself to one of the screenings. Get yourself online. The Facebook page is fantastic. It'll show you all the details on there, or the website, of course. And then you can see some really interesting movies that'll make a bit of a difference. It's completely different to going to the cinema for a normal experience. This is something much, much different and a really wonderful experience as well.
Very, very much so. Are you doing panel discussions this year as well?
Yes, we have a number of directors that are coming in for certain movies. I'm not entirely sure
Which ones
yet. I mean, they're also all on the schedule,
Yeah.
so you can check that out. We have some directors coming in. We have, I mean, obviously for the education and cinema, we have some some discussions with moderators, and yeah, that's.
Now, Farida, this is not the first time you have been on the show here.
No, it is
No.
not.
Because first time in the studio, but you have actually played on the spelling bee game before.
Yes, I have.
So we asked Farida if she would stick around and play spelling bee with us this morning. Are you okay for that?
I am okay for that, as long as I don't shame myself like I did last time.
We're sure you won't. Well, stick around because Farida here, our guest in the studio this morning from the European Panorama of Film, is
Panorama of European Film.
is going to be playing on Spelling Bee next. FM, and it is now time for us to do Spelling Bee. Yay!
It is, yay! And we're joined by Farida El Gueretly from the Panorama of the European Film, and she's been on the show before. She's played Spelling Bee, and Farida, you're going to have another shot to redeem yourself, huh?
Tell us.
I'll try.
Tell us what happened last time you were on. Where did you go wrong?
Last time I reached, I think, the 9th word, and I misspelled unprecedented, and I'm never going to misspell that word ever again.
Right, okay. Well, let's find out how you do as our special guest on the show this morning, get another chance for Spelling Bee.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do this.
Let's
Okay.
do this. Let's do this. All right. You know how it works. 10 words.
Okay.
Okay.
It's Spelling Bee format, Farida, okay?
All right. Your first word is movies.
Movies. Movies. Movies.
Is correct.
Well done.
Word number 2 is European.
European. EUROPEAN. European.
That is also correct.
Well done.
I'm really getting nervous right now.
No, don't be nervous. Don't be
Okay.
nervous. Number 3, unprecedented.
Unprecedented. UNPRECEDENTED. Unprecedented.
Is the right answer.
You've redeemed yourself even at 3. All right, let's keep going. Number 4.
Is performance.
Performance. PERFORMANCE. Performance.
That's correct.
Number 5, predicament.
Ay. Predicament. PREDICAMENT. Predicament.
That's a really hard 5th word. You're halfway through. They are going to get quite difficult this morning. Your next word is hippopotamus.
No, you're saying, are you?
Hippopotamus. HIPPO. Okay, I'll try again. Hippopotamus. HIPPO. POTAMUS. Hippopotamus.
Correct.
Yay! All right, number 7, miscellaneous.
Oh, okay. Miscellaneous. MISC. Miss E L A. No, again, sorry. Miscellaneous. MISCELLANEOUS. Miscellaneous.
Round of applause
Yeah.
for that. That was good. That's a really hard word.
That's hard, and you go back and you're correcting yourself as well.
Number 8, preposterous.
Preposterous. Preposterous. Preposterous. Preposterous.
Is also correct. Also,
Wow.
almost there, almost there.
Really,
If you get the
really
next question, next word correct, then you'll have reached 9, which is where you were last time. Absorption.
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 Absorption. ABSORPTION. Absorption.
Is correct.
Wow. Okay, now that's the last one,
This is
right?
the
Last
pressure.
one.
Here we go.
Hang on, drum roll.
Word number 10 is ostentatious.
Ostentatious. Ostentatious. OSTENTA. Sorry, wait. Can I try that again?
Yeah, go
Yeah, yeah.
ahead. Try again.
Ostentatious. OSTEN. OSTENTACIOUS. Ostentatious.
Is the wrong answer.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I'm going to stop at 9 again.
It's spelled OSTENTA.
I was like T or C?
TIOUS.
Yes.
But
There's
you know-
another word that you'll never misspell again.
Well, I'll just wait for next time on the air with you again.
But do you know what? Do you know what though, Farida? That is probably the most difficult.
Yes, that is.
The most difficult we've ever done. What that doesn't make any sense. The most difficult spelling bee we've ever done.
Yes.
So
Okay.
you did really well at 9.
Even if you're just saying that means
No, but that is 100%
Okay.
true. I can confirm that is the hardest list of words we've had
It
ever.
really is.
So your third word was unprecedented, for goodness sake.
Well,
so
yeah.
you're good to go. Farida, it's been lovely having you on the
Thank
show.
you so much for having me as well. It was great talking to you both.
Thank you so much. Make sure you come to the Panorama of the European Film. Check out the schedule online. Some great movies.
It is indeed the panorama of the European film.
Mark's memorized it.
And it's going to be a great festival. Go and see it. Farida, I'm very sad that we didn't have time to make you sing because I know you're a singer.
Yeah.
But next time,
Next
okay?
time, yeah. We have a lot to do next time.
Yes, you know what to do. You message in, you say you want to sing, and we'll get you on.
Okay, that'll happen.
All right.
All right.